tournament game.
Yes.
Representing.
Season on the line, 4th and 11. Butka looking downfield, throwing, incomplete, broken up at the 10-yard line. And Oak Ridge is headed to the NJS IAA Central Jersey Group 5 Championship game.
There's one in the flat. Good catch that time by Ransom. Ransom with a lot of room. And a good block by Delonzo down the field. And Ransom is gone. 57 yards to the house. 2-2.
Swung on and miss. Strike 3. St. James Smithtown has done it. They are the 2025 New York State Little League Baseball Tournament champions.
Drops back, throws all the way to his right. Has a man down the field, and he's got him! First play of the drive, touchdown, New York Green Wave! Sanioki's season on the line. Goal to go from the 2. Kyles looks to run with it. Pitches it to Seth. He grabs it. He's in for the touchdown.
The final 25, and they're neck and neck. Kane looks like they have just a dash of a lead. Salisbury taking first. What a race. Live from Great Hills Little League in Staten Island, New York, PDF Sports Network is proud to welcome you into week-long coverage of the 10 and under Eastern Regional Softball Championship Tournament. 22 games, welcome parade, and skills competition spread over 5 days here on Staten Island, where one team will emerge as Eastern Region champs in this 10U division. Today, we have been presenting to you single elimination playoff play on day 4, and the final game of this afternoon features our lone game on the New England side, a semifinal matchup between Vermont, represented by Connecticut Valley Little League, and Massachusetts, represented by Jesse Burkett Little League. The winner of this game to play against Connecticut's Milford Little League for the New England Championship tomorrow morning. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is David Pizzuto, being joined alongside Joe Calabrese. And Joe, we had our lineups being introduced. We'll get you those momentarily, but this is the second time these two teams are playing. The first time they played, really great game between two fantastic pitchers. Now with so much more on the line, the winner gets to play Connecticut tomorrow for a New England championship.
That is correct. I have seen both of these pitchers match up throughout the course of the week here. While I was on the other field, you got to see the game where they were paired against each other.
Batting second, the catcher, number 22, Izzy Viando.
Apologies for that interruption. We have the home plate umpire looking to talk to us. What was he saying?
He wanted balls, but we're the broadcast. Ignore them.
Ignore them. We'll keep going. Anyway, as I was talking about before I was interrupted, we've seen Zoe Fulton pitch. Dave and I. We have seen Brianna Grant pitch, but I was not here for the game where they were pitched, where they were matched up against each other. So that first game was great. And again, if you apply the transitive property here, looks like we're going to have another good one here. And this game is going to set up what will be the championship semifinal game amongst the two best New England teams. The winner of this game will play the team from Milford, Connecticut. Player introductions are almost done here. We will get to lineups. I think we'll get to that after the national anthem is played.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So right now, there's only 5 teams that remain overall in the Eastern, in the Eastern Regional side of things. We have our 2 teams that are going to play in the Mid-Atlantic. That's going to be New York versus Pennsylvania tomorrow morning. And Connecticut, represented by Milford, like you said, they're waiting in the wings. And the remaining 2 teams are right here, and they're battling it out to see who's going to play Connecticut in that New England Championship tomorrow morning. And then obviously the winner of that New England Championship tomorrow morning doubles right back and plays for the Eastern Regional title. And there is no tomorrow after tomorrow. So, you know, there's a lot to be excited about here on this field. And again, I agree with you, Joe. The way these two teams played the last time leads us to believe this is going to be a good one. We're going to step off headset now for the playing of our nation's anthem. And once that is done, they'll get ground rules done here on the field. And then we'll get ready for first pitch. Massachusetts versus Vermont is coming up.
Please rise and face the flag by the clubhouse for our national anthem.
Welcome back here to Great Hills Little League on Staten Island here. The last of our 5 games here that are being played this afternoon. While they do the ground rules here, we'll get you today's starting lineups. We'll begin first with the visitors here on this field. It'll be Vermont, represented by Connecticut Valley Little League. They will go in this batting order, leading off and playing first base, number 9, Emmeline Guerin. Batting second, the pitcher, number 5, Zoe Fulton. Batting third, the catcher, number 6, Ivy Downing. Batting fourth, the center fielder, number 3, Ren Carter. Batting fifth, one of the extra hitters, number 30, Elizabeth Welch. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 21, Lucy Melia. Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 1, Aubrey Arenberg. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 10, Addie Fulford. Batting ninth, the left fielder, number 4, Gabby Lazara. Batting 10th, the right fielder, Maeve Morrison, wearing number 22. Batting 11th, the second extra hitter, number 18, Leah Tarleton. And batting 12th, the final extra hitter, number 33, Bailey Pippin. For Massachusetts in the field, we'll get you their batting order when they come up to bat. In the field, pitching will be Brianna Grant. She was excellent yesterday. Catching behind the plate, Izzy Biondo. Around the bases in first. At first base, we have Emily Morrissey. At second base, Ashley Ingalls. At shortstop, Rose Becker. At third base, Kaylee Brazil. And in the outfield from left to right, you have Claire Leahy in left, Madeline Kozlowski in center field, and Abriana Gonzalez in right field. So that's our lineups. We'll get you the batting order for Massachusetts when they come up to bat momentarily. But we are underway. This was supposed to start at 1 p.m., but our game before this one, Joe, New York and New Jersey, went 9 innings. It's the first extra inning game we've had in this tournament. Yes. Seventh. Yeah. Yep. Immediately. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So that's what we did over here. We had the first cousins playing each other.
Yep.
First baseman number 9, Henry Garrett. Number 9.
Comes opportunity to cover one for today. Went down to the wire and actually walk off that.
Yeah, we have an obstruction on our camera there, so we'll fix that in between innings, Joe. I'll run down there and get that bag off of our thing. So we'll just leave that. Yeah. Well, it's a cover in case we get rain, and the rain hasn't come, but the wind has, and that's why you're seeing that. But Garin will be our batter, so we'll use the one camera for now. And that one is punched ahead. They can't watch it go fouls, and the throw actually hits the photographer out there in foul territory, and able to extend it is Emmeline Garin. So, Joe, we're going to count that as a base hit plus an error on the throw, and that's what allows Garin to get to second base. So a bunt single there. And then at the end of this half inning, Joe, you'll take over play-by-play duties while I hustle out there and fix our camera in center field. Fulton will be the batter. She is also the pitcher, and she is one of the heavier bats in this lineup and rips one right through the middle. And that will put runners on the corners at least, but being sent home is Garin. No throw in at home plate, and 2 batters in. Vermont, Connecticut Valley has themselves a 1-0 lead.
Now batting, catcher number 6, Ivy Downing, number 6.
Significant space over there between the second base and the shortstop. If I see the lineup card correctly, it's angles from a slid from shortstop to second base.
And there's a called strike, and on the way to second base is Zoe Fulton. So add a stolen base to her box score as well. Ivy Downing is the batter. She's the catcher. And almost a carbon copy of the last time these two teams played. 2 batters in, it's a 1-0 lead. And then from there, Massachusetts chipped away, took the lead, and took that game. Count here 0-2 on Downing with a runner at second base. That one dribbles to Biondo, but holding at second is Fulton.
It's Biondo behind the plates.
Becker. That one is punched up, and that will reach the outfield and will trail into foul territory. On her horse to get to second base is Downing, and she's actually going to take third. The throw is coming. It's way offline, and we've got a sliding triple for Ivy Downing, and RBI plates Fulton, and our score is 2-0 here, just 3 batters in.
3 batters in, 3 consecutive hits to start the game for Connecticut Valley. So you may not have to go out there.
Mm-hmm.
You might, but you may not.
Maybe. The wind is toying with us.
That's right.
Carter is the batter, but
First day we've had to deal with some inclement weather type of conditions.
yeah, well, I'd rather that than it to get rained on. So
Honestly, it's just been cloudy and kind of overcast.
Yeah.
But not really muggy. A little cool outside, a little cooler in the last couple of days.
we got a little lucky in that respect, as that is a 1 bouncer over to Biondo, the catcher, and that misses. So the count goes to 1-1. It's one thing about Grant; she has had excellent control in this tournament. Pitched a sterling game against Connecticut. I believe the final score was 2-1 in that game. Here's the pitch, and that's lifted up high for ball 2, 2-1. All the games kind of bleeding into one another. I forget some of the final scores from the tournament. Oh, Connecticut Valley representing Vermont, right. It's been a brain twister all week.
Graphics that we will be showing our viewers and listeners.
Right.
So that matters.
That one up high again, so the count goes to 3-2 and runs full. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Great way for Grant to come back and register her first out via the K. And so with 1 out, holding steady at third base is Downing. And that will bring up Elizabeth Welch, one of 3 extra hitters in the lineup. Tries to lay down a bunt. Contact was not made, and trying to avoid the tag was Downing. She is punched out. And a great heads-up play by Biondo. And gets the throw over to Grant, and Grant turns around and applies the tag. Well done.
I think the irony of that is that that camera view that we have now presented a perfect angle of that, as the bag is almost fully clear to the center field camera.
Oh, nice. All right. So it's an option until that wind blows from left to right again. Count is 1-1 now on Welch, who now has nobody on the base paths for her. In a 2-run game, that one is lifted high. But that final score from the bracket, Joe, indeed, 2-1, Massachusetts won that game. That's what we thought it was. And it was this pitching matchup that was in place. Swing and a miss, strike 2, and the count evens at 2 apiece.
2 outs to go in the top half of the first inning. Vermont already up 2-0. Let's see if Massachusetts can stop on the lead.
Swing and a miss.
Successfully do.
Strike 3. So 1 on the base pads, 2 outs via the K. We are through 1 half inning of play. It's 2-0. Vermont with Massachusetts coming to bat. Stay with us.
This tournament would not be possible without the great support of the Staten Island Advance. Not only does the Staten Island Advance have full coverage of the tournament, but we are committed to covering island youth sports year-round and all news close to home. Pick up the paper today and look for great subscriber deals now for our loyal readership. Visit us online at silive.com for news and photos of this week's tournament and all the breaking news on Staten Island, the nation, and the world. The news of Staten Island is the Staten Island Advance and silive.com.
We are back here for the start. Bottom half of the first inning here. And now it's all Vermont to the start. Full circle. For the locker of these zone filters. The opportunity to watch the pitch once ready. Choose the pitcher. That's the way to pitch the teams. Previous game that we played against each other. Massachusetts on here. First we got is we
Now batting, first baseman number 19, Emily Morrissey, number 19. Now batting, pitcher number 25, Bree Grant, number 25.
Yeah, got my steps in, got the raincoat back on properly. Strikeout. Okay.
2-1 to Brianna Grant. Strike left side that you did not agree with. Fulton getting ready for the 2-1 pitch. Here it is. That ball is chopped to the second baseman. And that is going to be into right field for a base hit. Grant takes a wide turn over there. First base. Takes that back to the
Now
base.
batting,
First hit
catcher number 22, Izzy Viando, number 22.
One out. I'll let you take it away from here, Dave.
Thank you so much. So got my scoring down. So we got the base hit for Grant, and that brings up Biondo, the catcher, to take over here against Fulton. Fulton deals inside. Runner goes. The throw made very late, backed up nicely by Arenberg at short. And that will keep Grant at second. And don't be surprised if she tries to take third as well, as she is normally very active on the base paths.
Yeah, I was telling Cam this morning, games that we did, the term is hyper-aggressive strategy on the base paths for a lot of these teams.
Yeah, and sometimes, especially in a game like this where you know the runs are going to come at a premium, what you do on the base is extremely important, where you position yourselves. And Biondo swings and catches a piece of that one, 2-1, and they check the runner back to second base.
How many times in the course of the last 2.5 days runner basically try to induce a throw, maybe a quarter away or a third away to the next base?
Yeah. That one swung and fouled off, so that evens the count at 2-2. But yeah, even in the last game, how Jersey scored their run, Joe, was on the most improbable infield single. It was a ball that was going easily foul, that was inexplicably picked up at the line, allowed the runner to go to first, as another one fouled off. Then there was a stolen base to second base where she was definitely out by a good 3 or 4 strides, but the ball was dropped. So that's how the runner got to second. Then there was a sacrifice over to third, and then the runner stole home. So all on a little dribbler that should have been foul, as Biondo is down on strikes. So Shike's swinging, and we've got 2 outs with the runner at now third, because Grant did take third on that last one.
Rose Becker, number 5.
Strategy. At least now, if it's a hit,
Right.
scoring the run, opposed to there's possibly to get played at the plate.
Yeah, and also if you get one of those wild pitch that takes like a really weird bounce off the backstop, that'll bring Grant home.
Yes, that's certainly a play as well. We saw that in the first game today that I did when Maryland used that to their advantage to come back and win 9-8. Finally, to the bottom of the 6th inning.
Right.
We've just seen a pair of walk-off
Right,
wins
yeah.
today.
Yeah, that your game was crazy back and forth, and started as a nice duel between pitchers, but then it really opened up. 17 total runs.
Yes.
The 0-2 now to Beckett, and she fights it off. To Becker, she fights it off and stays alive in the count, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch upcoming. Fulton delivers, swung on and missed by Becker. Third strike drop doesn't matter here. And so Fulton strikes out the side in between a Brianna Grant single, but Massachusetts is retired in the first. We go to the second inning of play, Vermont on top by a score of 2-0.
Awards and Trophy Center is proud to sponsor this week's New York State Little League Championship. Located at 1600 Highland Boulevard on Staten Island, we pride ourselves in not only building trophies, but building relationships, as we service our community and treat you like family. Your event and its achievements deserve the best. That's why Country Awards and Trophy Center is ready to work with all of our clients to make your event a memorable one, with awards, trophies, and gifts that make a lasting impression. Come see why we love our customers and they love us. Visit us today.
We're back here live from Great Kills Little League in Staten Island, New York. This is the New England Semifinal game between number 3 seed Vermont, represented by Connecticut Valley Little League, and number 2 seed Massachusetts, represented by Jesse Burkett Little League. And right now, it's the visitors with a 2-0 lead. As we get set for their second stanza of work here, they will go with batters 6, 7, and 8 in the order.
Number 21, Lucy Melia, number 21.
At top of the order for Vermont, very deadly here. It was Emmy Guerin, with a bunt single. Zoe Fulton with an RBI single. She stole a base, and then Ivy Downing was not plated, but she plated Fulton with a stand-up triple. So we get things started here with Melia. Grant is trying to build on 2 straight strikeouts to end that inning. Melia's bunt goes foul. So the 0-1 upcoming. Melia again squares to bunt, places one. Grant picks it up. The throw is in time. Well done. And on the bunt,
Shortstop, number 1.
Melia is
Aubrey
out, and
Arenberg.
Aubrey Arenberg will be our batter.
Really nice defensive play from the pitcher.
Yeah.
To be able to get out of the circle, cleanly, and that's not an easy play to make because that ball is probably a little bit closer to the plate.
Yeah, very underrated play. The delivery is up high to Arenberg, so the count will go to 1-0. And that's the other thing about Grant's performance when she was in the circle yesterday as well. As there's a swing and a miss from Arenberg, 1-1, is that she was very good in the field as well, as was Becker behind her at shortstop. They made a majority of the plays, which makes sense. You expect them to be good fielders there at those positions. That one hits high for ball 2, 2-1. Swung on and missed by Arenberg. Is that one she's able to swing under, and it's 2-2. Again, tomorrow we are slated to start at 10 a.m. If that changes, we will have updated link times in our YouTube descriptions. And a swing and a miss from Arenberg gets her down on strikes. That's the 3rd strikeout for Grant, and it'll bring up Addie Fulford.
Now batting, second base number 10, Addison Fulford, number 10.
Line, and there's good contact that goes through the left side of the infield for a base hit. So Fulford on base with a 2-out single through the left side of the infield, and now she puts herself on the bases for Gabby Lazara, the left fielder. Lazara chops at that one, but misses for strike 1, 0-1. Wonder if they'll put Fulford in motion at some point here. Try to get her into scoring position. That one well high, but that'll be ball 1. As Lazara can't offer at that one. Yeah, she had that bat position in tomahawk position. The 1-1, swung on and missed, strike 2. Yeah. Right. And there's strike 3, another strikeout. And so Lazara is retired after Fulford singles. They leave a base runner, but they go to the bottom of the second inning with Vermont still on top, 2-0. Stay with us.
New York State Little League Championship is proud to have Dave & Buster's as a proud sponsor. Where are you going after the game? There's only one place with delicious food, ice-cold drinks, games on the big screen, and fun for the whole family. Food and drink specials are available all week with the latest video games and the biggest arcade on the island. Redeem tokens for great prizes and come back often because Dave & Buster's is the place to be for game day and all the days in between. Turn on the fun with Dave & Buster's on Staten Island.
We are back here, getting ready for the bottom of the second inning. Zoe Fulton allowed a single in the bottom half of the first, but surrounded by 3 strikeouts as she struck out the side to retire Massachusetts in the first inning. She'll face batters 5, 6, and 7. Kaylee Brazil, Ashley Ingalls, and Madeline Morrissey will be due up. So again, the winner of this one playing the team from Connecticut, represented by Milford Little League. That'll be the New England Championship game. And of course, the winner of that game will earn the right to play for the East Region Championship against the winner of the Mid-Atlantic Championship game between New York and Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania looked awful strong in their 13-1 drubbing in their game. There's a big swing and a miss. Brazil was late on that swing, so it'll be 0-1 the count. And as for New York, you know, they've been impressive too, Joe, but they will be without their normal #1 pitcher who went over the limit today and cannot pitch again. Needs that day's rest. There's a one skied in foul territory and able to make the catch after the ball came out of the glove, able to make it barehanded. Melia was able to track it. And the fly foul to third base registers our first out, and that will bring up Ashley Ingalls, the second baseman. Yeah. Yep. And almost out of the shot of our eyes is too, because we have the sharp angle here. But that one is outside for ball 1 on Ingalls. Well high that time as Fulton loses control, and the count runs even at 1-1. That's the thing about Fulton, is she has very good control, so those pitches are rare that you'll see just escape. Sure. Yep. Big swing and a miss that time for Ingalls, so that makes the count 1-2. Actually 2-1, sorry. Down low and inside for ball 3, 3-1. We have our crew in the press box talking about the weather situation tomorrow, so we want to eavesdrop a little bit on that one, figure out what the Brain Trust is thinking here. Absolutely. Well, it's appropriate. With a lot of rain, you'd expect it to be fluid. A lot of moisture. All right, so via the base on balls, first one issued by Fulton today. Ingalls is on base with 1 out, and Maddie Morrissey is the batter. But yeah. Yep. Yeah, so that's a wild pitch, and that's the second time it's kind of left the orbit of the backstop there on Zoe Fulton. Bunt taken away, but the call, strike 1, 1-1. No, it's just a happy coincidence. There's so many times when we're wrong as broadcasters too, you know, and we don't have a call for that. Yeah. Well, when that happens, we always say that's why we're up here and they're down there, because we don't know what we're talking about half the time. Well, Morrissey took the bunt off twice, and twice she looked at strikes. So let's see. She keeps the bunt on here, lays one down, pretty successful, but Fulton is able to throw it, but unfortunately that throw went wide, and coming all the way around will be Ingalls to score. And with that, going over to second base was Morrissey. So a sac bunt turns into 2 bases for Maddie Morrissey. And the throwing error allows the run to score as well. So Ingalls scores to make it a 2-1 game. A sac E1 on that one. Yeah. Kozlowski also lays a bunt down. Fielded by Fulton. The play is at first. The throw is there in time. And there are 2 away. Moving over to third base was Maddie Morrissey. That's another sac bunt issued by
left fielder number 3, Clara Leahy,
Massachusetts, and they were able to successfully get the runner over to second.
So a couple of bunts here for both sides, and each pitcher making one really good play, coming out of the circle.
Testing them again. Leahy tried to lay down the bunt, but it went foul. But
I was going to say,
yep.
First attempt over there, it seemed like Fulton didn't set her feet on the throw first.
Yeah.
The throw kind of tailed into the run. You have to, because obviously you don't want to hit her in
Right.
Situation for potential injury. So in the second instance, she did plan her feet cleanly. It's another bunt attempt foul.
Yeah.
Very important.
Yeah, so without the benefits of a hit in this inning, Massachusetts has been able to halve the lead. Again, showing bunt with 2 strikes, swings through it, strike 3. So Fulton gets out of the jam, but again, as we mentioned, without the benefits of a hit, Massachusetts is able to scratch out a run, and they get 1 run closer. We go to the 3rd inning of play. It's Vermont with a 2-1 lead over Massachusetts. Stay with us.
The Staten Island Ferry Hawks are proud to be a sponsor of this year's New York State Little League Championship, because one championship organization deserves another. Come check out another amazing season with us at Staten Island University Hospital Community Ballpark with great ticket and group deals, theme nights, and fireworks displays. Good luck to all of our teams this week from your friends at the Staten Island Ferry Hawks. We'll see you at the game.
We are back here as we get set for the 3rd inning of play. Both teams have hit the scoreboard. It's a 2-1 game in favor of Vermont. They scored their 2 in the 1st inning, and Massachusetts countering with a run in the bottom frame of the 2nd. And as for Vermont, represented by Connecticut Valley, they will go with hitters 10, 11, and 12. So the bottom of the order here coming up. Looks like we'll avoid the rain today, Joe. Looks like our radar is saying after 4 o'clock we could expect some rain here in the forecast, so that's good for us for sure.
Now batting, the right fielder number 22, Nate Morrison, number 22.
And I'll tell you what, we might miss the weather altogether tomorrow. Looks like the percentages changed drastically. A pop-up on the bunt. Did she get it? Yes, she did. What a play by Biondo. It's Biondo, our camera. Yeah. Gotcha. Yep.
Unbelievable play. We've had some really great.
Yeah.
You can see now you get
Yes.
Now batting, extra number 18, Leon Tolleton, number 18.
Really good defensive plays early.
Yeah, absolutely, and they need them. You know, it's just a very underrated part of these games, or what goes on behind the pitcher and, of course, behind the backstop as well at catcher. But Tarleton has missed on a couple swings here and catches up to that one foul. 1 out, 0-2 will be our count to Tarleton. But again, a little earlier, right before the game, Joe, it showed 40% chance of showers. Now the percentage is completely gone. So, interesting.
Yeah, like I said, when I look at the forecast this morning.
As there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So that is the 5th strikeout now for Brianna Grant. And they are down to their final out with number 33, Bailey Pippin, the final extra hitter in the lineup.
Number 33.
Large spread cloud cover.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't know if that's going to generate any showers.
No.
Thankfully, we missed the rain yesterday. The storms
Mhm.
kind of went to north of us. Seems like we're definitely going to be missing that today based on what you just said. And we'll say it's 50-50 tomorrow.
Yeah, and right now, 50-50 is looking less and less likely here, which is great for us, of course, and for those of you who like 10U softball here at Staten Island for this week. And Pippin goes over to first base after taking the hit by pitch. She represents another run here, and with 2 out, it brings up the top of the order, which was deadly in the 1st inning. Emmeline Guerin had a bunt single and later scored in the inning on the RBI single by Zoe Fulton, who followed up. But a chance here. The pitch. Guerin offers at it, but fouls it straight back. And that one is bounced in the ground for ball 1, 1-1. pitch, once again too low as it barely clears the plate, and the count goes to 2-1. Ellie Pippin has a lot of speed at first base. You wonder if she'll try and move herself into scoring position here with the top of the order up. I'm surprised actually she hasn't moved yet. 2-2. In case she's rubbed out on the bases, you still have the top of the order in the next inning.
Yeah, I was going to say that's not a bad idea. This particular moment.
A swing and a miss. Strike 3 as Guerin strikes out. 6th strikeout for Brianna Grant. Gets one at just the right time there. And she gets out of the mini jam. And Massachusetts will come up in their turn of the third. Still down by a single run. Vermont 2 and Massachusetts 1. You're watching coverage of the 10U Softball East Regional Championship Tournament. Stay with us.
K&S Industrial is your all-in-one supply and tool store for commercial, industrial, and domestic industries. A leader in HVAC supply stores, K&S provides various building and maintenance supplies for office buildings, industrial plants, schools, homes, and more. We also specialize in getting our customers hard-to-find items. If you're looking for HVAC supply stores that also offer anything else you might need, look no further than K&S Industrial. If they make it, we'll get it. K&S Industrial.
Welcome back here to Great Hills Little League on Staten Island. Joe, I don't know if your microphone was on this whole time.
My microphone?
Yeah, I thought I heard you for sure. I thought your levels were coming up, but I had you depressed here on the thing, on the mute situation, but...
Oh?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe, possibly.
All right, I apologize for that. I mean, I definitely heard you in my headphones, so we apologize if Joe's microphone sounded a little bit muted for the first couple of innings. What?
Somebody moved the camera out there again.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there's nobody out there. It must be the wind, Joe.
Gotta be
the
the
wind is
wind.
taking it.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like the wind has picked up just a little bit.
Well, we got a good view of the fans. Maybe we'll get a fan shot real quick.
That's right. You know what? I'm going to be honest. For now, again, the camera setup on the major field is a little bit different because we're stationed in the deck area, which is down the right field line towards the right field foul pole, and we were elevated. As that pitch comes in, it's fouled off immediately, so the count goes to 0-1.
So
it is...
We'll use this. It's Gonzalez up, Brianna Gonzalez.
Brianna Gonzalez.
This batters 10, 11, and 12 in the order, similar to what Brianna Grant faced.
So the camera was totally moved. So again, we'll stay with the one camera shot for now.
Yeah. Well, nobody was out there moving it. What it is, Joe, is that there's rain gear on the camera. And because it's gotten so windy out there, it's almost like a tent.
Right, it weighs it down.
It's like, and the wind is like using it as a sail almost. So I'm going to take it off at the end of this inning, because it doesn't look like the rain is coming for this one. So that's good. It's a good news, but we had to dress up the camera because of
that was
the
a
threats
strike?
of rain. We have 1 and 2 here on the big board.
Okay.
Yes, it is 1 and 2. That's been confirmed.
Okay, we're good.
All right, Brianna Gonzalez. 1-2 count. Squares up to bunt, fouls it, and she is out on strikes. So for Fulton, that is strikeout number 5. She gets it via the bunt foul. Still counts as a strikeout, and Flora Pacheco will be up, the second of the 3 extra hitters in this lineup. She squares over to bunt. Deja vu. Fulton fields, throws in time, and we have 2 away.
And that is a nice play over there by the first baseman. It is Emmeline Guerin.
Yep.
Because from our viewpoint, we can see that the ball doesn't really come cleanly into the glove, as that pitch is low. So she did a good job of she was slightly handcuffed on the throw. So it's an important play to make.
Boudreau took ball 1, although she squared up to bunt, she still does. And she gets hit right in the chest with that one, and she will get a free pass over to first base.
She'll shake that off. The Taylor Swift reference, by the way.
Oh, shake it off.
That's right. I'm doing my best
I got you.
I'm doing my best to try to prove that I'm hip and with the times and everything.
Right. Well, you're earning points with these folks on the field here.
I'm probably earning the points with half the room that's over there on the public address side. They're huge supporters of us.
First baseman number 19.
Okay, so we are back to the top of the order. Emily Morrissey is our batter. She struck out swinging her first time up, but now everybody gets their second look at Zoe Fulton in this game. There's 2 outs, and Fulton sails one up over top, and that will allow Boudreau to take second easily, as that was well over the glove of Downing, the catcher. And there's a big swing for Morrissey, and going over to third and getting caught up there. Might have her in a rundown, but no throw issued as Boudreau allowed to get back to second base. Good heads-up play, though, by Vermont to recognize that and act accordingly.
So it's Malia, right?
Melia.
Melia?
Melia,
Okay.
yeah.
Like Amelia.
Yeah.
It's a smart
That's
play
a
over
big
there.
swing and a miss.
Because, again, you don't want the throw to get away. And
Right.
you don't want to create a scenario where you're running everybody down. And you have a 2-1 lead. So with 2 outs and 2 strikes, Zoe Fulton makes 1 pitch here against Emily Morrissey. She's out of it.
Yeah, that left side of the infield for Vermont has been pretty good all tournament long. There's a big swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that is strikeout number 7 for Fulton. She gets out of the third, and we head into the second half of this one. We start the fourth. When we come back, Vermont with a 2-1 lead over Massachusetts.
When it comes to sports, why be good when you can be legendary? At Legend Sporting Goods in Brooklyn, we service the community with only the best custom apparel, embroidery, and service, specializing in youth sports, so that the leaders of today become the legends of tomorrow. We're proud to support all of this week's great athletes and invite everyone to check us out and make us a part of your team. Come see why Legend Sporting Goods is in a class by itself. Visit us online or call us now.
And we are back here for the start of the top of the 4th inning. Dave once again went to go adjust the camera that is stationed out in center field. And for anybody who missed the previous exchange that we had about that, there was rain in the forecast for most of the week. And again, you didn't know if it was going to happen. You didn't know if it was going to be consistent, if it did happen. So what we did over here is we had precautionary measures. We had covers on the camera, and the wind picked up a little bit outside, but thankfully the rain has held off. It is still just cloudy out. Not really hazy. Kind of had an overcast feel to the day here. So while he goes and does that, I will continue to fill in his place and do the solo broadcast over here. We'll stay with this one camera shot here. The backstop behind home plate here. As the pitcher, Zoe Fulton, comes up for her second at-bat of the game. She singled in her first at-bat, and she rips that into center field, and that's going to be a base hit. So just out of the outstretched glove of the shortstop, Rose Becker. So that is going to be the second hit of the game for Zoe Fulton. She's on first base, and that'll bring up the catcher, Ivy Downing. And in her first plate appearance, she tripled on a rope, which scored a couple of runs. As Brianna Grant sends a strike in there. Strike swinging to Downing, the count 0-1. That one's going to be bounced just before the plate, but it's going to get enough away from Izzy Biondo, who's behind the plate today. And again, the first game that I watched with this Massachusetts team, they had the shortstop, Rose Becker, behind the plate. That pitch from Brianna Grant to Downing is swung on and missed, so the count goes to 1-2. And that pitch is a little bit low towards the other batter's box. Throw came into third. The throw to third gets away from the third baseman. The throw back to the plate is not in time. So smart base running there by Zoe Fulton will score a run, the third run of the game for the Connecticut Valley Little League team from Vermont. And as we're talking out loud over here, Zoe Fulton is allowed to take home on the throw to third, which gets away. So that'll go in the books as an error, and that's another rope for Downing. And she is going to hustle into second base. And she is going to have another double. or a double rather. Her first hit of the game was a triple. Now she gets hung up between second and third. She's getting chased back to the base. And the throw to second is slightly late. Now fielded cleanly by Ingles, the shortstop. So Downing gets a little bit lucky. She was cheating a little too far to third, but was able to get back into second base. So that's where we will have her. Again, she is now 2 for 2 in the game with a double and a triple. She's 2 hits away from the cycle. The fourth inning, I don't know if she's going to get the at-bats to try to accomplish that, but second and double and a triple. Strong day for her so far nonetheless. As Carter's going to send one to center field. The center fielder for them is Madeline Kozlowski. Is able to get under that and make the play for the first out of the inning. Downing has to hold at second. Dave, there was a lot happening when you were gone.
I know. I saw Fulton's hit from the outfield when I was there adjusting the camera. And then we had Downing up, and she rocked a double, right?
That's right. And now it's not Ren Carter. That is Elizabeth Welch. So she fouls off the first pitch here from Brianna Grant. It hits the pole to the right of home plate, just in front of the Massachusetts dugout for strike one.
All right, so Welch takes that one on a bounce, and that will be a 1-1 count.
That's right.
Yep. So Downing is at second base, but Fulton was plated without that hit, right? From Downing, like they didn't.
Yes, I gave that an error.
Okay.
Because that throw went back to third, and then it wasn't handled cleanly, and then she came home on that. So she scored on the error.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah,
okay.
so she advanced on the pitch that got away, and then she scored on the error.
Excellent. Okay. So that's.
And I usually what I do is I talk about this out loud.
Right.
Because sometimes that's the best way to do stuff is to talk out loud to yourself, right?
Exactly. Well,
some people think you're crazy. For us, we're just intelligent.
Yeah, especially when I'm scoring the game alone and I'm doing kind of what you're doing as well. I have to say it out loud in order to score it in my scorebook that way.
Right.
Late swing and popped out of the batter's box was Welch. Was that a strikeout? No, it's only 2 strikes on her. I think she went back to the dugout, but
yeah, I was gonna say that should be.
I thought it was a 2-2 pitch as well. Well, I thought it was a 2-1 pitch as well. I didn't think she had.
I feel like the scoreboard was off in center field.
Okay, got it. All right.
Because I had a different count, but you know something? It's 2-2. She's squaring the bunt again.
No. This is Melia now.
That's Melia.
She struck out. Welch struck out.
Okay, Welch struck out.
And Downing has moved over to third base now. So we have a runner at third. Welch struck out emphatically.
There you go. Okay, now we're.
Fell right out of the box. And I think we're going to have a new runner here for
third base, number 21.
For Downing. And we'll just have to see it. It should be whoever made the last out, which would be Elizabeth Welch. But now there's nobody at third. All right, there she goes. Okay, so beyond our eyesight. Good job. Thank you, Adam. All right, so with Welch replacing Downing at third, Melia takes one outside and behind her for a ball. First, I thought that might have hit her on the calf, but instead, we have a 2-0 pitch upcoming. Squares to bunt again, drops one down, fielded at third base. The throw to first is in time, but scoring on, oh no, but there were 2 outs, I'm sorry.
There were 2 outs,
yep.
Right.
And 5-3 put out on the bunt. That ends the frame. So we go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Massachusetts now down by 2. It's 3-1 in favor of Vermont. Stay with us. This is 10U softball on the PDF Sports Network.
This tournament would not be possible without the great support of the Staten Island Advance. Not only does the Staten Island Advance have full coverage of the tournament, but we are committed to covering Island youth sports year-round and all news close to home. Pick up the paper today and look for great subscriber deals now for our loyal readership. Visit us online at silive.com for news and photos of this week's tournament and all the breaking news on Staten Island, the nation, and the world. The news of Staten Island is the Staten Island Advance and silive.com.
So we are back here at Great Hills. Go show your face in the get up there. We have one of our youths wants to get in the window so she can see herself on TV. There we go. We'll have to see. We'll have to squint in order to see you, but we might be able to pick you up.
We'll call her back here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can hang out in the window. That's fine. So long as you're not too much of a distraction, you'll be all right.
She's also scoring the game, I think, inside.
Oh, are you?
They're going to miss their statistician in there.
The game statistician. That's unbelievable.
Scoreboard out. Yeah, there you are. You were somewhere in there.
Now the question is, how much are you making?
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry. I won't give her any ideas.
All right, we're having a lot of fun here in the press box, but it's a great game here, 3-1, and going to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Massachusetts put up a pretty good comeback the last time these two teams played. They were down 1-0 late, rallied for 2 runs to win the game 2-1, and now they'll have to come back down 2 runs here. So score is 3-1 here in the bottom of the fourth, and they got Brianna Grant up, who has a single and who did not score in this one, but was stranded. Oh, actually, she did. Did she score? No, she did not.
She did not.
Singled off the right side, and she stole 2 bases, but was stranded at third. And that one is fisted into right field, and that is going to be fielded by Morrison on the hop, and that keeps Grant at first base. But Brianna Grant is now 2 for 2 on the afternoon, and this time she represents a leadoff runner on base, and we know with her wheels, she could take some extra bases here.
Does she have the only 2 hits?
She has 2 hits, yeah.
That's it, right?
That's it.
Okay.
Yep. And Biondo is our batter. She struck out, and going to second, drawing a throw, but having to revert back is Grant. Good throw behind the plate by Downing.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not, the worst decision. Try to force the defense to make a play, and again, if you throw it away, now all of a sudden you're looking at a runner at possibly second or third.
Yeah. And there's a swing and a miss. Grant again starts to take off, draws the throw. It's in line, so she has to go back to first. And I will say, on all the steal attempts that I've seen, at least on this field, Joe, I'm not quite sure about how many you've seen, I've only seen 1 player thrown out at second base on a steal attempt.
Yeah, I've seen, I think it happened at least once over there on the major field. There was a kind of like an in-between play, so there was a little bit of a throwdown in between. So I've seen it twice, really?
Yeah, okay, so it's high probability chance that it's successful when it's employed, but Grant wants to be guarded here, especially as the leadoff runner in a 2-run game. You don't want to be called out at second base on a play like that. But with the count 2-1 here.
We have a debate in the YouTube
really?
chat. That's right. Some people like the home plate viewpoint better.
Oh, really?
As the main camera angle.
Well, we'll give you a flash of both. I think you could see the strike zone a lot better with the camera in center field.
And I agree. And I think with the bunting attempts and some of the plays that don't get off the infield, I think the view from behind the plate is slightly better for them.
Sure. And that one's chopped towards shortstop, unable to be fielded cleanly by Arenberg. It heads out into the outfield. Grant is going to go all the way to third on it. She will hold there, but coming in to second will be Biondo. So back-to-back hits here for Massachusetts has them in business. Runners at second and third now, nobody out, and it'll be Rose Becker at the plate.
It's a huge moment in the game for Massachusetts. Down 2 runs. You got 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out. Just over the halfway through the game.
Yeah, big moment here for Becker. Squares up to bunt, but she takes strike 1.
So with your permission, I want to keep this camera angle, knowing that she squared up to bunt on the first pitch.
You don't need my permission. You're in control of the cameras.
Oh, I get full autonomy of that too? Got to listen to the fans, right?
Long as we switch it up.
That's right, which we will do. But for now, again, considering that Becker here has squared up to bunt.
Yep.
There you go. Some more deliberation in the press box.
And that one is called inside for a strike. 1-2 is our count.
The only thing is on that low pitch, the umpire is right in the shot over there.
Right.
So if it's about knee high or just crosses a little bit below the knees, right?
Correct. That one well high and to the outside. Good snag that time by Downing. some of those comments I will delete in a moment. Got a lot of critics from home sometimes, you know.
Here's what it is. Again, like I say, we do our best. It's about
3-2,
consistency,
full count.
quality, a lot of other adjectives.
Sure. Full count here, upcoming. Runners at second and third. That one misses, and Becker will load the bases. And Zoe Fulton in a lot of trouble here in the bottom of the fourth inning. The Massachusetts team that refuses to go away, game in and game out. And now with the bases loaded, we'll get our first conference here inside the circle.
Yeah, and up until this point of the game, Fulton has had excellent command of the strike zone. She has not really missed on a lot of pitches, and she hasn't really missed in this inning, but she has left a couple of over the plate, and it is the Chessie Burkett Little League team that has, so far in this inning, been able to take advantage of it, load the bases with nobody out. But I have seen a couple of scenarios here over the course of 2.5 days where the bases were loaded with nobody out or one out, and the teams either didn't get a run or maybe got one or less than what you would have expected in that situation. So let's see if Vermont can be tall to the task here and keep a 2-run lead, Dave.
Absolutely. Here we go. Nobody out. Bases loaded. Brazil sends one up the netting over first base. Strike one, and Fulton is ahead. And I think that's kind of what the conversation is here. Stay ahead of the batters here. We're losing too many. You know, having to work from behind. Just attack the batters. Let Fulton do her work and let your field work behind you. There's a big swing and a miss, so Fulton ahead in the count here, 0-2.
So Brazil's standing a little behind in the box.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
she's right up to the edge over there. She's standing at least another step back than she did the first go-around.
And there's a swing and a miss. Strike three, and Fulton is back. Her 8th strikeout. Her first of this inning.
Number 30.
And now we have Ingalls up at bat. Big cut. It is fouled back. Oh, 1 to Ingalls. And that one's well high and outside for ball one, I'm sorry. 1-1. Massachusetts in a big spot here. Bases loaded in the bottom of the fourth inning. Ingalls swings at that one for strike two. Tough to lay off those in the upper hemisphere of the strike zone.
Yeah, it is. I've seen also a lot of letters high strikes called.
Mm-hmm. The 1-2 to Ingalls. Strike three looking, and Zoe Fulton now has 2 straight strikeouts. And Downing delivers it back to Fulton. 9th strikeout, sorry, Joe.
9th strikeout. She went back to that very same spot.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is. I'm putting it right here. Try to hit it. Big spot here from nobody out to 2 outs.
They are taking home plate. If they can get there, they do. All runners safe as that one got trapped right at the lip of the backstop. And again, you can't see it from that angle, Joe, so you got to start switching it up again. That's what Great Kills pays for, buddy.
That's right.
You got to use those cameras.
A lot of people like the cameras.
It doesn't matter what they like. Great Kills pays the bills.
It matters
the
what
camera,
the boss
please.
is like. All right, so we'll start switching back and forth now. But I promise you it'll be a little more of a healthy balance of both.
Thank you.
Of course, no problem.
All right, so off the wild pitch on the first pitch delivered to Morrissey, they get to within a run here, 3-2. Swing and a miss for Morrissey. It was Brianna Grant who came in with the run scored. They get the run back, 3-2. Morrissey in the bunt. That one gets away deep in the backstop, thrown away, and now potentially both runs coming in. They do successfully, and Massachusetts takes a 4-3 lead. Morrissey squared up to bunt. The pitch went wild, and 2 runs come home. And Jesse Burkett, Little League, is on top 4-3 with the bunt still employed and another one that sails wide. And you wonder if just the squaring up to bunt is throwing Zoe Fulton off. She just seems
I think she is as well. There's a little bit of unluck there because, again, you can't really see the pole set up over here. There's the light pole, and then there's the wiring pole as Morrissey walks on that pitch for ball 4. But again, on that, the second of the pitches that got away, the ball went around the pole.
Right.
So it's almost like this little wonky thing in the field of play that the catcher has to deal with, and she kind of had to wrap the throw around and the throw. That's why it misses Zoe Fulton. So that's something that I don't think they can see that, on either camera angle either, and that's important to the description of the play.
Absolutely, yeah. We've been saying it a lot. Like most of the wild pitches, there's such a short backstop here that you really can't advance on these unless they take a weird bounce or a carom, and they did on that last one. There was one that kind of stayed right at the base and didn't really move, and that was the way the first one scored. And this other one just ricocheted right off nearing the dugout area, and there's a big utility pole there. So, Downing.
That's the term I was looking for.
Right. And Downing just couldn't work her way around the utility pole to field that. And next thing you know, 3 runs come home off of wild pitches. That's pretty wild. 2-1 is the count. Kozlowski is the batter, and she takes an inside strike for strike 2, 2-2. And the inning isn't over just yet. We got a base runner at first. And Kozlowski, who sacrifice bunted her last time up. So no official at-bats here. Swings and misses at that one. The check employed. And so Zoe Fulton strikes out the side. However, damage done. 3 runs for Massachusetts in the bottom half of the 4th, and we head to the 5th with Vermont now down by 1. It's 4-3 Massachusetts. Stay with us.
This tournament would not be possible without the great support of the Staten Island Advance. Not only does the Staten Island Advance have full coverage of the tournament, but we are committed to covering island youth sports year-round and all news close to home. Pick up the paper today and look for great subscriber deals now for our loyal readership. Visit us online at silive.com for news and photos of this week's tournament and all the breaking news on Staten Island, the nation, and the world. The news of Staten Island is the Staten Island Advance and silive.com.
We are back here, the final 6 outs for each team, and for Connecticut Valley Little League representing Vermont, the situation becomes a little bit more precarious. 6 outs here to try and scratch out a run to get this one tied again, and 2 to potentially take the lead. Vermont will bring up batters 7, 8, and 9 in this inning. Aubrey Arenberg will lead off. She struck out her first time up. Addie Fulford will be up. She singled against Brianna Grant, and then Gabby Lazara struck out. That'll be the minimum that Grant faces in this inning here. Vermont with a chance here. Try and get themselves started. Swung through that one, Arenberg. With the swing and a miss for strike 1, 0-1. Grant delivers. That one hits the outside corner for strike 2, 0-2. And now Arenberg has to protect. And swung on very late. Arenberg fooled on that one, and she is down on 3 pitches. As that is the 8th strikeout of the game now for Grant.
Base number 10, Addison Fulford, number 10.
You would think that Grant would be the pitcher tomorrow as well if, of course, Massachusetts is able to win this one. And there's a hot shot to short. It was interrupted by the third baseman, Brazil. But that's going to be an infield hit, Joe. And there's that tying runner. It's now at first base.
Yeah, I would agree with that assessment.
So we'll have Gabby Lazara now, the left fielder who swings and misses at that first pitch strike. Tying run at first base, go-ahead run at the plate here. We are in the top half of the 5th inning. Lazara swings early at that one, but it gets away from Biondo, and going in and standing up at second base will be Fulford.
Another one of those pitches where Grant kind of just like took a little bit off of it, like trying to fool the batter, get out ahead of it. Got to be careful though, because again, if the batter doesn't offer and it gets by the catcher, it allows the runner the opportunity to take the extra base.
Yeah, and that waste pitch by Grant almost got away from Biondo again. 1-2 the count. High and outside, ball 2, count evens, and now caught up in a run down the throw to third. Couldn't be corralled by Brazo, and in sliding into third base, Addie Fulford now is in prime scoring position, just one base away. The 2-2 pitch, too low for Lazara, as being walked back to third is Fulford, and the count will now go full at 3-2. And a big swing and a miss. Strike 3 is now a potential rundown at third base. Joe, you might want to get that on the other camera angle. So there's 2 outs here. Brianna Grant just registered her 10th strikeout, and there'll be a little bit of a conference here with 2 outs, deciding how to attack Maeve Morrison. Morrison popped foul to the catcher the last time up. It was not on a bunt attempt, and it was a nice play by Biondo. That's the one that we kind of went out of our sight, but Biondo made a really, really nice play. It's a big moment in the game here. The tying run, 1 base away. That one is fouled right into the Connecticut Valley dugout. The delivery from Grant, swung on and missed by Morrissey. And now Morrison, she's down now. We had a rundown between third and home. Back to third, tag not applied. She's running out of the baseline and tagged out. And how they get out of that inning via the bases.
Some defensive wizardry.
So the unconventional 3 up and 3 down in that inning as they get the base runner Fulford trying to steal home. And at the end of 4.5 innings of play, the score remains Massachusetts 4 and Vermont 3. Massachusetts coming to bat potentially to add some insurance after this.
Awards and Trophy Center is proud to sponsor this week's New York State Little League Championship. Located at 1600 Highland Boulevard on Staten Island, we pride ourselves in not only building trophies, but building relationships as we service our community and treat you like family. Your event and its achievements deserve the best. That's why Country Awards and Trophy Center is ready to work with all of our clients to make your event a memorable one, with awards, trophies, and gifts that make a lasting impression. Come see why we love our customers and they love us. Visit us today.
Okay, we are back here getting set for the bottom half of the 5th inning. Looking for some insurance here will be Massachusetts, Jesse Burkett. They only have the 3 hits in the game, but they've been able to manufacture their runs.
Well, they have a couple of base runners on a couple of walks and hit by pitch. So
yeah, that'll do it.
That'll do it too. Let's take me out to the ball game he's playing.
Yeah, the 5th inning stretch here, as there is no 7th inning in these games.
So. Well.
Sometimes, most times. You never know. In a game like this, we might be headed there as well. But, yeah, we've had the 1 extra inning game. That was the game before this. That's why this one got off so late. It was supposed to be started at 1 o'clock, and this one started about 1:45. We have New Jersey and New York to thank for that one. 3 extra frames.
Thanks, Jersey.
Yep. Right. Claire Leahy will be our batter. It is in the 9, 10, and 11 in the order that Fulton will face. Once again, bunt taken down. It is fielded, not cleanly, however, a bunt single for Massachusetts. And they are in business here with a base runner with nobody out. Leahy at first base.
And that will be a hit, so it'll be their 4th hit of the game.
Yep, and 2 of them belong to the 2-hitter, Brianna Grant, who is also pitching in this one, but that's the first hit from anyone in the bottom 5 of the order. And Brianna Gonzalez will be the batter. She struck out on a bunt 3rd strike foul and puts that bunt down, but it's fouled behind Downing, the catcher. It's a perfectly placed bunt on that last one by Leahy. Kind of in the Bermuda Triangle between 3rd, 1st, and the catcher. With Leahy at first, Gonzalez squares up, went on the bunt, and she's going to have 2 strikes on her. And they make sure Leahy stays honest at first base. Scoreboard reads 1-1 the count, but we have it as 0-2. And Fulton's pitch and the bunt, and she has struck out, I believe. Yes, she does.
Yes, we had it right.
Yeah, we had it right. And Gonzalez is out on strikes. That is the 11th strikeout for Zoe Fulton, and Flora Pacheco would be the batter. Pacheco is 0 for 1. She grounded out to the pitcher on a bunt attempt. It was not a sacrifice. And she bunts that one back to Fulton. Fulton to first, and there is our second out. However, sacrifice successful, and it moves Leahy over to second base. So sensing the big insurance run. Now, again, our scoreboard only has 1 out, but we have 2 outs here in this bottom half of the 5th. So there's 2 outs here. Boudreau is the batter, and this is fouled off for strike 1.
Well, sometimes the scoreboards operate on a slight delay, so
Right.
we'll give the benefit of the doubt.
Boudreau's first at bat, she was hit by the pitch. She took one right off the chest. And that one behind Boudreau for ball 1.
Now we had Leahy
okay.
caught up in another rundown. The thing is, she was about halfway, so there's a little break in the wall. You kind of
Right,
see that
yeah, I
where
can't
we
see
are
it
in the
here,
press
yeah.
box that was obstructing. Sorry, that's why I'm here.
All right, Boudreau lays down the bunt. Fulton fields the throw to first in time, and the side is retired. So that'll do it for Massachusetts in the bottom half of the 5th, but it'll be the last chance for Connecticut Valley. They have 3 outs to try and get this one knotted up or take the lead. They are down by 1, 4-3 through 5 innings. The 6th inning is coming up next.
New York State Little League Championship is proud to have Dave & Buster's as a proud sponsor. Where are you going after the game? There's only one place with delicious food, ice-cold drinks, games on the big screen, and fun for the whole family. Food and drink specials are available all week with the latest video games and the biggest arcade on the island. Redeem tokens for great prizes and come back often because Dave & Buster's is the place to be for game day and all the days in between. Turn on the fun with Dave & Buster's on Staten Island.
All right, we are back here. Top half of the 6th inning. Does Massachusetts have the magic again? Second game in a row against Vermont where they've had to come back and grab a 1-run lead. They did it 2-1 the last time these two teams locked up. They're looking to hang on to a 4-3 victory in this one. If they can get the 3 outs that they need, they will face batters 10, 11, and 12 in the order, and then it's that very potent top of the order coming up. So we'll need to see some patient hitting here from Maeve Morrison. And, you know, that's another reason why that last out in that last inning was so big, Joe, because Morrison was actually up at the plate. Now she has to come right back up because the last out was made on the base pass.
That's correct. And again, 10, 11, 12 in the order. However, if somebody can get on, then you bring up the opportunity to have Emmeline Guerin and then Zoe Fulton and Ivy Downing, who both each have those 2 hits of the 4 for Connecticut Valley.
And Fulton and Downing have definitely had Brianna Grant's number, not only in this game, but the last game as well. So if they can get themselves back up here, you have to feel good about your chances if you're a Connecticut Valley Little League fan and a fan of this Vermont team. But on an 0-2 count, that one is put well high and wide.
That's our first true eephus pitch of the game. We had a couple of those today.
And that one, Morrison caught a piece. Maeve Morrison popped up to the catcher her first time up. That was way back in the 3rd inning when Brianna Grant was motoring along. Grant gets some instructions from her dugout and now deals the 1-2. Takes a little bit off, and strung up is Morrison. A strikeout looking. That is strikeout number 11 for Grant, and that'll bring up Leah Tarleton, who was a strikeout victim her first time up.
Extra hitter number 18, Leah Tarleton, number 18.
Taking another look at that last pitch, and a little high in the zone, but that's good enough for a strike. And
Yeah, I thought it dropped just at the letters level.
Tarleton swings and misses at that first pitch offering from Grant. 0-1. There's that pitch again, and that's hit through the right side. A chance, however, the throw in time. Nice play made by Ingalls. And the throw over to Emily Morrison. And we have 2 away here, and it'll all be up to the bat of Bailey Pippin.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's an excellent play by Ingalls because that's a little bit of a high hop. And again, with the infield turf here, Great Hills Little League, a bunch of those high hops have gone past the infielders for the first 2.5 days. So for her to kind of be running after that, going towards the left direction, and to field that and get the throw over, nice play. And it is now Vermont down to their last out here to try to see if they can get a run across the board.
And that one slapped that towards third base, fielded clean. The throw to first, off the bag, and she is safe at first as that throw pulled Morrissey off the bag, and it breathes new life into this Connecticut Valley Little League team representing Vermont. What'd you score, that infield hit?
I think that's an infield hit.
Right. And so...
And you could see we have a little bit of a delay here, so effectively it's a replay for us. It's live for everybody who's watching at home. She was indeed off of first base, could not tap the base in time to get the runner. So now it is Emily and Guerin with the opportunity to extend the inning for Vermont, Dave.
She tried to hack at the first pitch, but missed it. Guerin is 1 for 2. She bunt singled in the first, came around to score, and she struck out her last time swinging. Here's the pitch, and she fouls that one off, so she's going to be in the hole, 0-2. But on deck is Zoe Fulton, who's 2 for 2, an RBI, and she scored a couple of runs, and she's the pitcher of record who's going to try to help her team out. But in order for her to get the bat in her hands, Guerin has to keep this inning alive, and she looks at that one outside for the first ball, 1-2. Big moment here. Top of the 6th. Massachusetts trying to punch their way into the New England Championship game, and they get a swing and a miss. And on the 12th strikeout, this one is in the books. Jessie Burkett Little League from Massachusetts have come from behind down 3-1 to take a 4-3 win here over Vermont, and they have punched their ticket to the New England Championship game tomorrow morning against Connecticut and Milford Little League.
Another excellent game played between these two teams. In the history books, it was going to go down as Brianna Grant as the winning pitcher, Zoe Fulton the loser. No winners and losers here. Massachusetts only 4 hits collectively in the game. And again, it was a bunch of walks. It was the hit by pitch. It was that one particular inning and a couple of pitches that I got away from the backstop, Ivy Downing. And again, that one play that went around the utility pole. Hopefully we provided context enough on that play. It was the 2 runs that scored. It was the 3rd and the 4th runs that scored. And that lead held up for the final series of outs.
Yeah, so if you don't think base running is important in Little League or all the way up to the pros, that's why it is. You get 4 runs on 4 hits, thanks in large part to the heads-up base running on some of the wild pitches and some of the errant things that were going on in the base pads. But we got treated to a couple of really good ones, especially here on this senior minor field. And we have 3 more games tomorrow. We have a Mid-Atlantic Championship game. We have a New England Championship game. And then we have one for it all for the Eastern Regional Championship coming up. Right now, all of those games on as scheduled. Be sure to, of course, pay attention to the tournament website. Be sure to pay attention to our YouTube links. They'll have the right time on there as we learn them as well, in case there are any changes. But right now, Mother Nature cooperated with us today. We sure hope she comes through for us tomorrow. So that's going to do it for us here, for my partner Joe Calabrese, for all the wonderful people here at Great Kills Little League. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Once again, your final score, Massachusetts 4, Vermont 3. Massachusetts punches its ticket to the New England Championship. They will face Connecticut tomorrow morning. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.